you know about it? That's hilarious. Oh man, I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. That's hilarious. Hold on a sec, bro. Hi, beautiful. How are you? You're not done with homework. No, you're not. Well, look. Bring it to me. If you're done with it, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check, see if everything's correct. If it's good, you can have the iPad. Yeah. Bye, buddy. Alright, well, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back to the fan base. I'll talk to you later. I got the stream up and running right now. So I'm gonna bless the gang with a W and I'll hit you up. Hop on, bro. That's not all of it. Alright, yo, I'll talk to you later. Bye. You didn't finish. Look how many words there are. Looks good right now. I'll check it after. All right, let me. Okay. What are we gonna do right now? Work? No, it's another word that starts with a W. What's the other word that starts with a W? Huh? What? No, we're not gonna win. We're gonna win, right? It's 2 words. Yeah, we're gonna wix and we're gonna win. All right. All right, gang, what's the deal? What the problem is? What the problem is? Wix, mute the mic? What do you mean mute the mic? Parole officer? Oh, you guys heard me. No, what fucking parole officer? I'm gonna tell my parole officer, hey bro, my stream is up and running. Let me go get a W for the gang. Nah, you will never catch me pulling a Kenny. Where were you, man? This morning, I was in the Signal channel, giving the signals a fucking dub. I caught 180 pips. I definitely overdid my daily, my consistency rule. I hit 180 pips on the funded, and I did 80 pips in the live with the Signal channel. What you think of gold buys right now? I thought the gold buys were amazing right here. 46, 45, 67. I was looking to get in. I was just late to it right here. 40 break of this high. You know why? Does anybody know why? Look at these. 133 it went. I would have had 50 right there. Probably would have closed. Big chunk right there. No top wick. Bro, take it easy. You know what I mean? So that's what we did in the signal channel. And Josh, you're in the signal channel, aren't you? So get the bundle. Get the bundle so you could have had those trades with us. Yeah, so the reason I was looking at these gold buys right here is because if you look at the 4 hour, this was strictly off the 4 hour time frame. That bottom wick, once we broke those 4 hour highs, we were off to the races there. Right, so you were gonna get your pippage. And you got your pippage. Hey, who's over here? What are you doing below me over there? You getting paper? Me too. I'm getting paper. It's true. Don't look at me like that. You look like the girl from The Ring. When you do that. I said, what are you doing over here? She's like, getting paper. Go, come on. You already got paper. Take none of my paper. I need my paper. Yeah, I was just talking to the checkout dude at Publix. And we were talking about how paper is the most expensive thing in that store. Paper plates, paper towels, toilet paper. What's up, kiddo? Get up. Not tonight. No, tonight's not. You might be wearing a jersey, but no, volleyball's not tonight. I don't know. Ask her because she felt like it. It's comfortable. It's comfortable, kiddo. Hey, I gotta concentrate. Hey, do you want to do this? No? Well, then have a seat. Come learn, and then you can do this when, you know, when I need to. Oh, wait. You're a girl? Girls can do this better than guys. What does that mean? You're a girl.
I'm a kid.
Oh, you're a kid. Sorry, I thought you said you're a girl. You're a girl.
Kid.
Kid girl. All right. Go to the kitchen. Mom's over there. Go. Give him hell. Yeah, give him hell. You got this. All right, yeah. So let's get into this breakdown. The daily closed massively bearish, right? Look at this. We hold on. Let me let the Zoom gang in. Are they in here? We spoke about this yesterday, right? After that top wick, break of the daily lows, and we're looking to fill the daily wick, and it just fucking dropped today. Wednesday sells. 4 hour broke the previous 4 hour high, so that means we are riding up here for that daily top wick. We might see a much steeper top wick here on the daily than we saw yesterday. Right, we didn't have, if you look over here, we never broke those 4 hour highs here. Well, we broke them here, so we might be getting this candle actually. You know what? Now that I'm speaking this out, this is when speaking things, right, really helps. This is how streaming has made me better, right? When I say things out loud and I'm talking them out and I see things like this right here, right, and this happening right now, right, we might see this candle come back down here. And if this 4 hour flips, what do you think the result is going to be on the daily? Probably the same shit that's happened here going to happen right here, right? It's just the nature of the beast. That's what it really is. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hey, motherfucker. Gold Y and a 2Y and a 3Y and a 4. So, right, if we're seeing that on the 4 hour, back to what I was saying before I was somewhat rudely interrupted. Gotta duck, make sure there's no shoe being thrown. Step into a Slim Jim. I got a box of Slim Jims on my desk, like box of 50. And they're just randomly disappearing right now. Leave my gyms alone. Wix, that was only because I don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Something's wrong with your keyboard, bro. Ask Eddie where he got his fixed. What? What? Yeah, what candy? What lollipop? The squeeze pop? Yeah. They're in the bucket in the pantry. Yeah. There's one for each of you. There's actually 4, but pick a flavor. 3 of them are like strawberry watermelon. Door! Thank you! Why am I so wealthy? Hey, if I can guess it right on the first try, will you split it with me? Or is that a rhetorical question? All right, so if we're thinking that the 4 hour might possibly top out here and flip to go along with the daily, right? If we look at this 4 hour, start filling this wick on the break of the lows. Where can we start turning around? Where can we see a resistance? Thing is, remember I said we could see a much steeper 4 hour daily top wick today because the 4 hour level is higher at 46.05. So we might see this 300 pip drive up before coming back down. It also looks like we might want to correct some of this drop down. So we'll see. We'll see how we close here. We might start heading back down. We start faking out here. It's going to be very interesting. Hold on. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm not having any more kids. Anyway, I've been interrupted. We just started. I've been interrupted like 6 times. But you know what? Every time everything in this universe aligns for me to not, try to pull me away from the markets and not take a trade, I do it in spite of the fact. Right? Do it in spite. It gives me the fuel that I need for the fire. Yo. Okay. Back to where we were going with this. 4 hour. Can we see a bearish flip on the 4 hour? Where can we start to look for a rejection? If we can first start closing back in range, that would be step 1. Ideally, Good level here. We closed above it. Highly likely we move on up, right? Expecting a steeper top wick on a daily. 4-hour levels, hourly. The 15 faked out here. The issue is we have a level here to the left. We don't really want to look for sells until we break the most recent support. The most recent support was down here unless we form one here. This. This. Okay. So, like I said, unless we form one. Well, we can't take a sell unless we break the most recent support, unless we form one. And what do I mean by that? We have a possible range being formed right here, right? That bullish closure is a support of sorts. Now, once we start breaking that, we can look for some sells. The issue is, will there be enough range to sell? And if there isn't, there might not be enough for a closure, but we might take this impulsively off the break of the lows, as long as the next candle gives us a top wick into this area, right? It'll be a 15 celery play. The 30 will re-break its own lows, right? It will break this little support area at that point, right? We'll start breaking that wick. Have the advantage point at the bottom of the range, about 45 pips, and then the rest of this to see if we can start flipping on the daily and start filling this daily wick, right? It would be really tough here to expect this daily to not flip. If we're gonna drive up here, or if we're gonna hold, at least if it's not gonna be a massive daily candle just to hold the support, you would expect these lows to break at some point here. Maybe not a full wick fill, but you would expect the lows of the current daily to break. Expect them to break, and then if you want to, not even break. You typically, right? We know gold is very technical, right? It creates highs, it retests high, it creates lows, it retests lows. In this case, it created lows. And the wick fill is the retest of those lows, right? The daily wick fill is the retest of the lows in the smaller time frame. Gotta wait here. Gotta be patient. I would enjoy this 50 pip drop here. You can get ahead of it. I would also enjoy a drive up to 45.86 areas. And I also see a possibility to get to 4600, 4610 in order to create the daily top wick and then start coming back down. We see the wick come in there before or prior. You guys remember our pancake V1, right? You have the wick, you have the closure. Next time you get to that closure, you'll probably look exactly like that wick. Probably see that reaction. And that reaction, guess where it brings you? Look at your target. There. Which is, guess what? Daily flip. So you're and remember how I always talk about you're playing the flip. You're playing the flip. You see how all of that lines up? On the wick entry, you're playing the flip for your, because you're not guaranteed to break the previous candle, but you're almost, always guaranteed to get to that level because even if you're not driving past it, then that creates a support at that flip area. So as you come back up, right, you're creating a support. Next time you test it, that's why you bounce off there, because it's a support. So that's why you're playing to the flip, because you're getting back to a support where you could see a bounce. And it's funny how it lines up over here, because look at that reaction. It brought you down here, and in this case, that reaction is the actual flip. So I think 46.10, right? Wow, look how that falls in line with the 4-hour. Got an hourly level there. See if there's a 30 or a 15 there. If we start coming up here, because there's these little ranges on a small time, I would play it right off that level. What's the stops? I think when we start coming up there at 46.10 areas, that's probably going to be a sell limit no matter what. It's only 140 pip stop for the daily. Like, you don't touch this. You take that sell limit. If we get that top wick here today as a heavy push up, that's 140 pip stop for your daily flip. You understand what the daily flip is, right? 500. You're taking it to 520 pips. You want to talk about RR? You're gonna have to hold that the whole day. Well, it could happen fast, but it could be a really quick drop. You're gonna have to be really patient on that. I wonder if we hit 150 likes, we could get an impromptu giveaway. Sure. You guys fucking get this to 30.6K subscribers and 150 likes. I'll give away 100K. We'll do it, instead of a 100K account, no, we'll give away 250K accounts, so a couple of people can get 250Ks. So that's better. Fuck it, I'll give away, make it 150K. 3 people will get 50K accounts. 300K. All right, you know what? 6 people. No, just kidding. You get the, let's go, guys. 150 likes and 30.6K, and I'll give away 3. If we get that tonight. If not, we'll set it to 31K subs. 31K subs. If we get 500 more subs, we get to 31K. Yeah, I'm gonna start giving it for every 1,000. You guys will get a giveaways. Set. Oh, there he is. There's Eddie. Doing over there. I got no idea what he's. Oh, he's blurry right now, bro. You look like Bigfoot.
Manuelito.
Who's up more for this session already? Options or Sam?
100% has to be options. I just did it right after I got out of work. I'm only up like $400.
Oh, I thought you were up like 400 pips.
No, that was what's his name? Kenny this morning. He was up like 400 or 500.
It just kept dropping the higher time frame, the smaller time. Man, everything was so solid this morning. My entry was 45.58 right there. I did not see the rest of this though.
Yeah, this morning I saw the original drop, and then I was like, all right, I gotta walk away.
Walk away? I ran. I ran away. They be talking about I ran on the news. I was like, I ran. I heard on the news today. So I ran. Come on, gang. Can we get to 30.6? I think we got to 30.5 today. I think it's too much to ask for 30.6. No, it's never too much. Yeah, we need like 90 more for 30.6.
Come on, share this with your babysitters, your aunties, your cousins. Come on.
Everybody. All right, there we go. The 30 closed. First 30 of our session. And you see how that never closed back in range. We're on our merry way up here to 45.86 areas. Put that nice bottom down. Load it up. Stops here. 82.
Drop a like, chat.
What was that?
Drop a like, chat.
Only got 26 likes. Come on, gang. 130 people. 100
You
of
just gotta
you
drop
tighten
a
up.
like, yo.
100 of you gotta tighten up.
Drop a like, sub to the channel, and share the stream. All of that helps the community grow. It helps me grow. It helps you guys because we build a bigger, more like-minded community, right? Toxic-free community. But, right, it helps all of us. And then, in return, I show up. I send out a few stimulus checks, right? The Wix 9 stimmies. You hit in your account. You get the W's. You got some profits here. It works out for everybody. Team game. It's a very individualized activity. It's a team game.
Are we muted or did I mess them up?
Just you. Are we muted?
I was pumping gas, so I just didn't know if I fucked something up.
Was it yours? Homie somewhere in Elizabeth, New Jersey, pumping somebody else's gas.
That'd be wild. Hello, sir. I'm just here for a tip. Pumping gas.
Word. Don't look directly into the sun, my friend. Don't eat yellow snow. There's your tip. Yeah, that'd be wild. You ever been to Elizabeth, New Jersey? At one point, it was the cheapest gas in the country.
Nah, closest I got to Jersey is New York, unfortunately.
Fortunately. The fucking chemical
I guess.
plant state. They call it the garden state. There's no fucking gardens. It's nothing but chemical plants. It's like laboratories and fucking power plants and like,
It's like Gary, Indiana.
well, like they built a state just for plants. It's like, what? Jersey. It's literally, it's meant to hide bodies and produce chemicals.
Well, it's isn't there just like, I forget the name of the island. It's like a mile long or like a mile and a quarter long, just off the, like maybe into the Hudson. And it used to be an insane asylum type thing over in New York.
Yeah, okay. There's quite a few islands like in the harbor, I guess, in the Hudson.
Oh, is there? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
there's few in between, like in between Queens and Manhattan, in between Brooklyn and Manhattan, in between the Bronx and Manhattan. It's just there's all the boroughs that surround Manhattan. There's in between Staten Island and Manhattan. Right, you have the 4 boroughs going around, and you have the island of Manhattan in the middle. That make up New York City. 5 boroughs. Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens.
I guess I didn't realize that they were all islands like that.
Manhattan is the island. They're all surrounding it. So you have all these bridges going into Manhattan. I think there's 17 bridges leading into Manhattan. South New Jersey has a lot of farmland. Yeah, I mean, you know what I like? I liked Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It was cool. I went there for a basketball tournament. Really, dude, been coming up? No, in. I'm so confused about like what people have been saying in the chat lately. I'm just kind of been avoiding it because I feel like I don't even know. Like I'd be walking into a middle of a conversation that people are having with themselves internally, and somehow it's projected onto the YouTube chat. I'm not sure what you guys are saying. What's really dude been coming up knowing? And what the fuck was Solo saying earlier too? I got fucking Tourette's. I have no idea what you're talking about. Is Friday mode active? I know it's the end of the month, gang. I know it's the end of the month, but bear with me. It's Wednesday. It's not a Monday, not a Friday. Let's just get through the week. Let's get through this thing peacefully. Holy jumping effing Jesus, Benny, was that you? You stink! Checking cute. Oh, wait. Really, dude, been... You? There. Gotcha. Checked. Now, moving on. Come on, Mike. Work. All right, fine. Let's check. Oh, let's check it again. Checking cute. Stop it. Stop it right now. Holy! Holy all-time highs. Reaching for the stars. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
NQ literally said, Jerome, see you later.
Word. Gang, I really want to get these sell limits here. Something we might actually. Hold on, 78. What's the difference in here and here? 10 pips. Yeah. All right, I'll bite. I think I'll get in about 10 pips earlier there. Maybe not. Yeah, no. I'm gonna have a sell limit here at 45.86.2. I just see that level coming through multiple time frames, right? And it doesn't break the hourly high right there of that wick. Keep stops under 100 pips, under 80 pips actually, 79. I think we get a maybe, maybe. This is a big maybe, but we've seen this happen plenty of times. Push up here. Hold of this area, but either this wick or the next wick. Right, push up into these areas and bring us back down into here at the very least. If not, right, if not further down for runners, we are going to be looking for entries somewhere around here. But for at least partial somewhere at this 45, 75, 74 level. And that level, we're almost 100 pips in profit, right? If it runs down, great. If not, we're going to see it pull up further to 46.10 for that steeper top daily wick. Okay? So this is what I want to see. I want to see a reaction at that area. We're getting a 15 close here. A lot of chop. Trying to see which one of these is the fluke, and I think this one was the fluke. I think the real sell has to be at here, 45.85 flat. I need you to hold on 1 second, baby. 45.85. Well, let's see how we come up there. Hey, can you give me 1 second, please? Thank you. This. Girls, please stop. You're pulling on my chair. I'm trying to, it's hard enough to think, but I also got to balance now. Okay, well, not a big deal. 1 hour. Hey, don't push her. So what? Sorry, gang. Yesterday they came over and I didn't get a chance to say goodnight to them. They just went to bed, and tonight got a chance to say goodnight to them. No, I'm not having an entry here just yet with 11 minutes to go in the hourly. I see how we opened up. I see how we closed. I really didn't want this push to close out the hourly. What highly likely is to happen here, because it's the hourly push and we got this now, is a break at the highs. We're likely to re-break these highs here right now. You're going to see a reaction, because here's the deal. Remember how I say the market doesn't just turn around on one candle? Well, it works the same way on the smaller time frames also. It's not just going to boom and the next 1 minute candle the other way. Like, it can, but chances are you get a heavy push, you get a re-break at the highs. Also, it's a 3 to 1. Like, for every push, you get a re-break at the highs every 3 out of 4 times. Right? So that's why I say, when I see levels on the higher time frame, I always say, well, we're going to need the smaller time frame to kind of help us here, and the smaller time frame candles to give us an indication, because I want to know when that 1 out of those 4 is likelier to happen, if that makes sense. I've never broke it down for you guys that way, but like, I guess that's how it works. And in this case, there's just no indication anywhere that this is going to hold based on the way the hourly just pushed here. Like, it might. So you might see a top wick here, and you might see a bottom wick, right? And you might just play this reaction, like I always say, just one wick to the other. Come on. Like this, right? You get a wick here, and then you're gonna get a bottom wick on the next candle. You push up here, and you basically played this to this. But I've realized that when this happens, there's a candle that's going to give you that top wick to a level and break down completely. Whoops. Sorry. Color. Right. It'll give you that top wick. And in there, and we would see an indication of that if we get that closure below here and the top wick into there. So let's just see how we do here. There's 9 minutes in the hourly candle. You don't want to be entering a position in the last few minutes of the hourly. Let it rock. Let it play out. I'm not. If we are to come down to these areas, right, we will see a we will see some kind of resistance form here. Options. Got these BBLs here at options is BBL at 4574.5. Let's see how close I am to his level. I believe I saw a headline where the Fed said they were canceling all future rate cuts. I don't know. Too wholesome? Yeah. Thank you, man. Love my kids. 4571. What did I say? 4574.5. Damn, I fucked up. 4571. You out here hoping for pineapples. Honestly hope this shit breaks through. I hope it rides all the way up. My favorite here would be the fake out. If we are able to fake a D out, aka if we can freaking close above here, and then we can close back below here, fake out on the 15, 30 be holding resistance, nah I'm saying, following 30. Tap these levels, make sure we get options in. Hold on right there, 4571. Once options is in, we're gonna look for this. Damn, all this trading shit be making me hungry. We're right about the level there. 45.86.3. That's a nice little 40 pip scalp right there. Then a quick bump. What did I just say? Oh man. Six minutes on this 1 hour. It's respecting so far. The rebreak out of highs, like we just spoke. Like I said, this candle is not the one that's going to have to drive down because market doesn't turn around in one candle. If we hold resistance, we could start seeing the beginning of that turnaround. Just need a retracement to get in. Yeah, I'm honestly looking somewhere up here. I'm looking at 74 areas, bro. $74.5 is what I'm looking at for the bottom wick of the next candle. Daily so bullish. The 4 hour, you really want the 4 hour to close, dude. Right, I believe we can see a heavy drop here in the next hour. You know, gang, hold on. The way we're closing it, if we open up here with a top wick, I'm gonna have a sell limit here. We're gonna have to open up with a top wick, right? $5.85 flat. Really depends on how we open up, because we could have both. We could have selling like it. This is one of those areas where we need to bounce off both. We just had a bounce off of here, but I think if we get there with the top wick first, we'll speed again. Might be a small top wick, might just tap 45.83 and come down, but see. I called it, didn't it? 45.83. Might be a small top wick. I gotta stop speaking things into existence. That was stupid. Why did I say that? They say we might see it to 45.83 and not any higher. And that's what the fuck it did. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, you can get rid of the sell limit. All right. Next order of business. I'll just... I'm at 74 if it prints nice. You mean I'll just manually execute? Is that what you meant to say? It's also, yeah, it's got a print night. Like right now, it's got this top wick. If it starts pushing down heavy, I don't know, man. Kind of want to trickle down to there so we could fucking pump up, but I'm under the impression we start coming down here on the daily. Kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking we're gonna have to retest some of these highs here, which means this candle, whatever it's doing right now, that's not the move yet. You're looking for the move down, and it's not the move up yet because you're looking for a support. Higher highs formed on a 30. Yeah, all of this is setting us up for a top wick and a bearish flip on the daily. If this candle breaks the previous candle highs and then it re-breaks its own low, I will get in. And I'll be looking for the wick fill here. We push up here, tap these highs, and re-break the low. There's a lot of play there, right? From the top of that wick to the bottom of this one. 77 pips. Take advantage of it. Did the highs break? Did it break its own high? No, it went back down. Yeah, this is a tougher tell here. Kind of holding this level. I would prefer if it broke that high there, attempted to drive up, then any kind of re-break here brings us. Right, so for example, if you print the bearish candle and then you have a celery play, right? If you get this 15 bearish here, you get a bullish celery play, come up like this, but then this same candle starts flipping bearish, and what happens? Start looking like this as you start breaking. Right, you flip bearish, you start breaking those lows. Boom, that's your entry. Start retesting here. Gave it a celery play with the structure. It didn't work out, and then it broke the lows. That's what you're looking for. Over here, we never re-broke the highs here, but it makes so much sense to come down here. This might be the beginning of the 4-hour move down. So we shall see. Yeah, check out the closure we have right now. Let's say next candle, right? Next 15. A lot of volume here, but the next 15 is able to, for example, do something like this. Like candle. So we would be looking for a buy here off the bottom wick as you start coming down here. You're looking for that bullish flip. Right, you're looking for something like this. We're looking to get in somewhere right there. Let's be patient. And that'll keep you safe from becoming a patient. Wicks do I have to? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Coming off the previous top wick at 78, now it's bullish. It's bullish on the smaller time frame. It's bearish on the higher time frame, and we can find a good balance in between both of those, right? Our trades can find a nice equilibrium. Call it homeostasis. Gonna be interesting when we start breaking these lows here, because you have supports in your way. You mark this right here. See this like candle right here? You can probably put a sell stop right there and get this fill almost at 95%. This thing is gonna get filled. There to there. What is that? What should say? 111 pips. 111. Need to pay some bills, cannot do equilibrium. Can you do broke? Or can you do blown account? Or can you do evicted? How about divorced? about homeless? Which one you want to do? In debt? All right. Cool. That's a good one. We're gonna fucking range here. Yeah. Imagine taking buys on this lit candle right there. I gotta buy them, right? Ah. Guess what level we're at? Imagine we get a lit candle here right now and the same result. Nah. Can't be me. Oh my God. Been out and about all day. Go take a shower. Feel it. Wow. Previous 2 hour did not have a top wick. Can the 4 hour actually come back here and close back in range? Holy. Holy. Wow, that makes that. Because now that's a level. Right? This is a level. That closure no top wick. That's a level. That's a gladiator candle. This, yeah, this should have been expected, that drive up. I'd really, yeah, we could really mark that up like this. $74.1. I was looking at this though, 45.76 flat, but didn't align with anything. I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes, by everything. Who the hell left all the doors open? Account gone. That clapped. Is it doing it? Is it doing it? It ain't doing nothing right now. Look, this is what it's doing right now. A bottom ass wick and a steep ass drive. Man, if we can get to 45.85 here, I'll have a sell stop on a break of the lows there before we make a bottom wick. So we can just trade the come on, pick this up. It's an interesting hourly candle, right? The flip, the pip, and dip, the drive. Gotta smoke them out? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, my fucking tabletop looks like a disco right now. The fucking keyboard over here through the fucking fog. You remember the Soul Train? You remember when they be coming down the aisle? Soul Train line. Remember that shit? It was the best damn show on TV in the middle of the day. Every time I skip school, I'd be watching Soul Train. Where I got to know the brothers. Fuck no. All my children, baby. Days of our lives. What's up? Once in a while, you'd be flipping through channels, you'd be like, Soul Train. You'd be like, damn, Price is Right. Bugs Bunny. Soul Train. Oh, damn. What was that dude doing to that woman? Oh, shit. Then the Wayans Bros, yeah. Nah, I lived in a nice neighborhood. We had Full House and shit. We had Full House. We had Family Matters. Boy Meets World. And Jerry Springer. Jerry. My grandmother loved Jerry Springer. She'd be like, is this real? I'd be like, as real as wrestling. She'd be like, damn, I knew it was real. Rest in peace, grandma. Never came down to our level options. Maury, you are not. You are the father. Hold on a second, chat. I'll sip amongst yourselves.
Welcome to the second episode of my series on how to flip $1,000 into. Welcome to the second. Welcome to the second episode of my series where I teach you how to flip $100 into $1,000. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how delusional you have to be for you to think that you can actually do that. Anybody that says that they can actually flip $100 into $1,000 is effectively gambling. You need to learn what compound interest is and how to slowly grow an account. Stop gambling, broski. Shame on you.
Hey, your mic wasn't muted, by the way. Eddie, you there?
Doesn't have his headphones on? What?
Eddie was sitting here making a video, and he didn't know that his mic's been unmuted, and he was over here like saying how to make $100 turn into 1,000. You can't. But he still doesn't know that his mic was unmuted the whole time.
Oh, he still doesn't know?
No, he's just sitting there.
Welcome to the second episode of my series
See,
where
there
I
it
teach you
is.
how to flip $100 into $1,000.
Oh, that's W.
In today's episode, we're going to talk about
Yo,
how
hold on, let me
delusional
mute this.
you have to be.
When am I gonna be done? Oh shit, Wix with a new mic? Bro, have you not been here in 2 years? Said, oh shit, Wix with a new mic. Farzo gets me every time. Every time I see Farzo's message, I look around. We gone for a month? No, we got this mic like half a year ago. No, I'm lying. Like, how long's it been? Like, what? It has to have been like 3-4 months. At least. I got it in January? How do you know? You were with me when I got the mic? My daughter says I got it in January. Where do we get it, in Target? The mic? Okay. How can NQ go so high without filling any gaps on the way up? What gaps? It's filling the ultimate gap. All-time highs. This price has never been there. That's the ultimate gap. It's filling it. I don't know yet. I'm waiting for a position for a trade. But if we don't get one by like an hour from now, we don't. What? Where's the green one? What do you mean? The green line? No, we only have this place is almost like Colombia. There's only white lines here. Oh, yellow lines too. And red. No, there's no red lines. Oh yeah, it's a red perforated line. Who's got my Alexa going? I'll show you. Alexa, please sub to Wix9's channel. Hey Google, please subscribe to Wix9's YouTube channel. I got all y'all Googles and Alexas going off right now. Alexa, subscribe to Wix9's YouTube channel. Hey Siri, subscribe to Wix9's YouTube channel. I just told Siri. She said I'm not. She can help you with that. Yeah, help me. Do it. I'm not done yet, baby. Be a little while. I'm waiting. You see this? You see this candle right here? Right here. See this red candle right here? Right here. This candle. You see that red line? It just turned green. See, when that line gets above this yellow line, we're gonna turn off the stream, and then we're gonna take a trade, and we're gonna win some money and make sure nobody else can. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna look for positions. We're gonna look to take a trade. Right now, we're waiting, baby. We gotta be patient, right? You're worse than the chat. You gotta be you gotta be more patient. Right? They're worse. Okay, fine. They're worse. You're not worse than the chat. They're definitely worse than you. You're better than the chat. But you got to be patient here. If you're not patient, you're going to lose. Whoop. Ah, you're sitting on my phone. Get off. What are you doing? You're gonna scratch up my Galaxy S25 GTR S Type I. Dad, just let her give us the trade. She's trying to take me to bed. She's like, let's go. It's bedtime. All right, giggles. What is that? What does it say on it? Yeah. You are the artist. It's going up there. Yeah, see, I told you. Once it gets up there, we might be having some positions. Les positions. What we need right now, baby. What we need right now is a resistance. We are overextended, chat. So when you're overextended, you need a resistance or support or both, right? Are you mocking me? Anyway, so while we are overextended, we're going to need a resistance, and then we're going to need to break that resistance by driving off a support. You know what I'd like to see here? Everyone knows what I'd love to see here. I'd love to see a cheeky celery play, right? Something like this. And then something like this. That's what I'd prefer to see, so we can get some buys up here. But we might be getting this break, and then we might be looking for a retest. Okay? Damn, 4610. I called 4610 as the first thing on stream today during the breakdown. 46 when we started as possible top wick for the daily here. Looking at the levels that we've had here, right? Remember the closures, the level there, the reaction of the wick on, I think it was on the 4 hour, right? Or right there on the daily as well, right there. See that daily wick, the closure there. It's a nice daily level. It was a nice 4 hour level. It was an hourly level where we faked out before. We might have positions there for the daily, but Yeah, we heard you memeing. I had to mute you, bro. Nobody else could. And I stepped away. So when I stepped away, they were all listening to you. And then I came back. They're like, yep, Eddie's doing his thing. I had to mute you. I swear I unplugged my mic. It must have connected to my second mic. Yeah. All right, slow down, cuz. All right, let's see. We just closed here on a 30. No mother top wick. What?
Yo.
Yeah. No top wick. Let's see if we can come back down here. It's creating a top wick here. See if it can come back down, give us some kind of bearish closure here. The key is to let this attempt to come back in range. If it doesn't, it just pushes up. Not your fucking position. All right. Earmuffs. It's not your fucking position, all right, chat? So wait for it to be your position. Right. Still hear me? Well, I'm gonna need you to forget everything you heard me say in the last 30 seconds. Forex has a little wick. Yeah, futures has a little wick too, but that's not enough for me to say, all right, that's a range. 8 pips, whatever it is. There is a wick there. I'd like this candle to create a steeper one, come back down here, and then we can look to re-break that wick as part of a higher time frame break at highs or the smaller time frame celery. But I do want a resistance to form here, and then I want to break it driving up off support. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
You only have one.
Is bring your kids to work day every day. Wait, what did you say? I only have one like? Yo, chat, she's trying to clown me. She said I only got one like. Said my stream sucks.
I did it.
She said you only got one like.
Now you got at least 2.
What are you pointing at? That's because I was the first one to like it, fool. That's why it says one like.
Hey, chat. 25 more likes, 28 more likes. Let's get it to 100, bro. Come on.
We're almost at 100 likes. All right, girl. Yeah. Yeah, you want to bet? Watch. See? Let's go. Let's go. 100 likes for the kiddo.
Go back to your stream.
Go back to it. Oh, you want me to refresh it? We'll see. 93. You're about to get 100 likes, girl. Tagged you in a post on the gram. All right. I hope it's a good post. Don't tag me in shitty posts. Boom, 95. We got 5 more. 5 more. You're going to get likes, girl. You're going to get 100 likes. You thought it was 1. See? Come on, we need 5 more. We got 5 more likes. Come on, fellas. Reach into your pockets. See what you got. Da, 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 da. All right, look at that. We've retested the range. We're attempting to come back down in range. Now, if we can respect this area and then break the highs, we can look for some buys. Or if we fake out, you know what's going to happen then. The beginning of the push, daily push down. Will that be confirmed? No, because you're going to need structure break. And just because we close bearish doesn't confirm a structure break. We're probably going to need to retest the highs and then break the support of wherever the retest came from in order for it to be a structure break. Does everybody understand that? No questions. Amazing. You guys understood everything I've said, and you guys are all super profitable. I'm glad I got the most profitable community out there. W. You're looking at all of them? Are you threatening them? I get the wicks. Good. We got 8 minutes was 15, and then we're into the last 15 of the 4-hour candle. The hourly looks like it's going to respect here. Nightbot, it's one of my employees. Works for me. What? He's a what? Is he real or is he just a bot? He's a real bot. You know you're beautiful, right? You are absolutely gorgeous. You know that? Just go.
I had a top wick sell at 45.93. That's the 4-hour support to the left.
45.93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a wick entry and then another entry on the break back down.
The problem is when I find it that for entries like this, you always need to split that position and have a pineapple because it's either this level or this level. And then from last year on to this year, I was like, I'd rather avoid this level unless there's a clear indication, because there are times where you have a clear indication at that level previously, right? You have precedent historically of where you're gonna reject and how you should keep stops. So a lot of times you'll have like this. You have the market push up here, right? This.
It looks like you're drunk.
Yeah, I'm drawing. And the market does this,
No, we're squares.
right? And then it'll do this, right? And then eventually you get, imagine this candle doesn't exist here. Imagine this doesn't exist right here. Right, that candle comes back down from this area. So now as you're coming back up here, right, you have precedent right there at that level. You have historical price data that lets you say, all right, I like this level that you just took it off, because last time we came up there, we had this reaction, right? So now you're looking to react there again to wherever this came down. You have the direct target and you have a clear stop. So now this is your position as you're coming up here based on that previous, sorry, this is really dumb. Just so I don't have to move the screen. All right, and then this is what your position would look like, because right, you have that stop right here. You have the target where it came down to, so you know what you're looking for. And that's it. That's your position once you clear everything, right? And that's it. That's your position. But you don't have that precedent coming up here. That's why in cases like this, I prefer this level. But whenever you do have that precedent, whenever it has historical price data for that move, I do look for it here at this level. That's kind of how I go about it. By the way, that's really, really key info there, Chad. That's the type of stuff that you should be writing down that just doesn't come across all the time. And it's a certain nuance that you could look to help you
When
either
people ask
enter
what's
or
your
manage
strategy,
positions.
yeah, when people ask what's your strategy, that's what they should go back and watch. Stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
these little, nuggets. Like yesterday, I said a few things, and I was like, you guys should be writing that part now. Like these are the things these are the important things you need to know when it comes to certain intricacies and nuances of gold and the market in general, and the way the candles print and the way the levels work. What's up? Go on the couch. Go watch something for now. You want to sit with me? Pull up the chair next to me because it's hard. I can't feel my leg no more. Where's the other chair? Here. Sit. I got you a cookie, girl. Got you a cookie. A cookie. Let's go. We cookie monsters. No? Don't eat in front of the camera. You want to eat it? You took away my cookie. You know, I'm not supposed to eat in front of the camera. They'll get hungry. You're trying to be polite. I'm about to order a filet mignon and eat it right here. $15 celery, yeah, we just spoke about that. That's what we would like. Remember I said I'd want a bearish closure. And if we can get a bearish closure, bounce off support here, 45.86, and then break the highs, Yaman. Benny. That's a cookie. That's not a Benny. All right, lock in here, chat. Need a bottom wick. Be looking for the break of the highs. Please. Yeah, 4 hours gonna close up bullish here. A tough closure. I'll tell you why, because it doesn't leave much room for a wick. In these cases, you'd rather see that bottom wick break that previous candle low. Let's see, maybe you can do that. Maybe we can break that low. It's tough because you're in the last 15 of the 4 hour. Usually you see a pullback so the 4 hour can have a top wick. right? Because look, think about it. 95% of candles, 99% candle, top, bottom wicks. So you would expect, highly likely, probability dictates. It's overwhelmingly likely that you get a top wick. AKA, if you break the high with 10 minutes to go as you're breaking the high, you're not getting a pullback, right? But that's not the be all end all. I'm okay with taking this trade as long as we get that attempt to break the lows and then push up. Unfortunately, it's just we're running out of time on the smaller time frame, and this might be the next 4-hour position. This would not be bad if the 30 closes like this, not just the 15, right? If we get a 30 closing like this, because then the hourly closes above, right? If the 30 closes bearish but respecting this area, we get the hourly close above the range. We get the bullish 4-hour. We have a top wick to fill. If we open up with a bottom wick, we're gonna fucking win a trade. So some DD 4586.4. All right, but it came. Well, I don't. It's back to 86.4. Oh, hold on a second, chat. I declare bullsh. Oh, bullish. Bullish. Wow, what a lame game today, right? Arsenal and what should we call it? Madrid? Wait. I'm bugging. Right? Yeah, Atletico Madrid. Yeah, that's what a lame game. Yo. Yesterday's game was so entertaining, and today was just fucking 2 penalty kicks. At 10 minutes on a 4-hour, there's no positions here. Bro, I bet that both teams would win and they fucking tied. That's crazy. Definitely very different than 5-4. Did you take a trade in New York? Yes. New York was one of my biggest days of the year. Not of all time, but of the year. Probably my second, like top 5 days of the year so far. I mean, we took it in the signal channel. Got 180 pips on my funded and 80 pips on the live. You got 300 in New York? No, I got 180 on the funded and 80 on the live. But I'm not talking about pip count wise. Like it was heavy trades. So it was just money wise, it was one of my biggest trades of the year. Call Jerome to move this. He quit. I got irritable bowel syndrome, but I think it might be cured. Yes. 7 minutes remaining. Look at this 30. Look at this 30 right here. Look at this 30. Look at this 4 hour. The break of this 4 hour high is the break of the previous 1 hour high that's closing above the 1 hour range. Is the break of the 30 high, which is a celery play. Is a break of the 15 level, which is an onion here. Like everybody and their mother falling in line here, my friends. We're gonna get it. We're gonna win a freaking trade. What? What? Wait, hold on a second. All right. Yo, you muted? Yeah, I am. Because I got a live studio audience today. There's a bunch of people in here. Bro, just give me a quick 200 pip drop and I'm gonna full send. I hear you. I hear you. Man, do not cellarize right now. We cannot have this. Oh, it's cellarying. Doing it. Maybe this is good because look, we have a level here. This might be good. Let's think about it. Look. Level. See if we can close above it. If we don't, this is a leg candle and we are likely to start pushing back. 4 hour no top wick, 30 closing leg candle. We're at this previous support that could turn into a resistance here. It did once before right there with that wick. Now we get a closure here and we start filling this wick down. This can get really interesting, but where would that top wick be? Where will it be? 5 minutes here. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of time. Let's wait. What else? Please stop. Thank you. You gotta wait, baby. Wix, you could definitely be a sports commentator. IoT the voice. I got the voice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is the trade 9:15 or 9:30? What are you talking about? You are talking about my New York session trade. That was right there. See this white line? This white line was a sell stop right below it. Right there. It was 9:15. It was the 30, or no, I'm sorry, it was 9. Yeah, it was 9:30. 9 close. Yeah, this is a 9:15 candle that opened. 9:30 was down here. But it was entry on a break of the lows. We got a celery play here. It was a 30 flip. It was a 1-hour flip. We're coming into NYC open time. I figured, hey, that flip gives us an advantage point on the wick fill of about 50, well, 45 pips. I was gonna say 50 pips. And I took this for 180 here. How much did it go for? Oh, damn, that went for, that's where Jay got 300. Yeah, I took this for 180 down to here. And on the live account, I closed it for 80 right here. Right there. So I closed right here on the live and down here on the funded. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. What's a leg candle, please? This is a leg candle. Okay. This is a bearish leg candle. Candle that has a wick and a body that flips the other way, where the wick is bigger than the body, creating this range here, creating very little range going the other way. Ideally, it doesn't have a wick on its closure and has a really long wick on the opening and prints the opposite way from the wick. Closes the opposite way from the wick. So, leg candle. That leg candles seem to always, not to always, seem to get filled a high number of times. Yeah, I was gonna say a high probability of times. There's a high probability that a leg candle gets filled when you see it printed. All right, we had a celery play here, but we're chopping it up side by side. Oh man, this range, it kind of sucks because it delays entries, but it's kind of good because whenever entries come after this range, they're much higher quality positions, right? So we should see either a fake out or a breakout, but right after this range. Gang, give me a second. Let's take a obscene profit timeout in here, and I'll be right back after these messages. Oh, y'all thought I was going to hit you with the ads? All right, fine. You thought I was going to hit you with an ad. Gang, give me 1 sec. Four-hour closure. Massive. Massivo. All right, 450 pip 435 pip 4-hour candle. Opening up with a top wick. We do have a 30 celery in play here. All right, if we can tap this white line, I'll have a buy stop on the break of the highs there. Stop should technically be on the break of the previous hourly. The white line is where the level where we seem to bounce up off of right here previously to come up. I think that's a level we could use to come up again, but I can't take it off the bottom wick here because we have a top wick. And don't forget, there's a high likelihood we break back into range and then no harm, no foul, right? You don't get activated. Okay, so stop here on the break of the highs. Looking to target. Oh, really nice targets here. Done my buy stop on my live account too. 45.94.7. Gang, give me 1 sec. Let me run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. But these are active. Oh, unless we get activated right now. Shit. Got it. It's like a racehorse. I think we could get up into these areas. Gonna be partial right there. All right. Give me a sec. Be right back. What a game. Cleveland, Toronto, 124, 120. In a 15 close. Okay. You're short NQ on all-time highs. The GOAT. Damn, no closure above there. All right, another bottom wick. Okay, there it is. Oh, man. Look at this 30 looking great right now. We break the highs. Need a bottom wick here. Held resistance. Wick down, break the highs. Yeah, right from here. Ideally, re-break the previous 15 low, right? The current 30 low, and then push up. But even if it doesn't, right? We're making higher highs, higher lows. This is perfect. Because at this point, if we break the highs, we have no business coming back down here. Probably move our stops back up here. I'm not going to secure at 98, but I will move stops to be right there at that level at 98 flat. So around, we're going to be around 35, 40 pips in profit. I'm not going to secure yet. I'm going to look for about 50 at 59 at 45.99.8. Zoom door. I gotcha. Yeah, the dock is in. All right, gang. About to be in there. Or not. And if all this thing wanted to do was delay us, it's like those fishermen, right? That catch fish and release it. Like, damn, you just wasted my time. You didn't even do nothing. Just made me late and shit. Just let me back. Just let me go again. Just want to make me late. Could we have topped out though? For the daily. Could that have been it? Right? Daily top wick? Possible. Not willing to bank on it just yet. We'll wait on this 30 close. If we close back up and back down in range here, I'll call it a session. Yeah, I'll call it a session. I'll wait on the hourly and we'll take it into the signal channel. We need a slingshot here right now. Come up. If this 30 closes back in range, call it a stream, call it a session, and take that into the signal channel and see if we get some positions over the next hour in there. Am I trying to push the market around? That's not what our goal here is. We're trying to make sure the market doesn't push us around. We're trying to stand our ground, right? So we're acting on what we need, not what the market shows. Yeah, looking like it's teasing. Four minutes here, 4:20 on the clock. 4:20. So, from the looks of it, looks like it wants to come back in range. We close below here. Obviously, delete the buy stops, and I'll take this into the signal channel. I'll be looking for buy limits somewhere down here at around 45.74. Really depends on how we get down there. Mostly off the 2 hour and I don't even like that. We'll really see how we get there, but buys above here are still good. Just depends on how we start coming up here, and it won't be an impulse buy, right? It won't be a break at a high buy. It'll be a closure above the range type of buy. But as of right now, it looks like the daily wants to top out and start bringing us back for that daily flip. Daily wick fill. If that's the case, maybe we can get ahead of it on these fake outs, but we're going to need a range 2 here, trading against structure. And what does that mean? It means after the fake out, we're going to need a range to form here, which means a support, and then we're going to have to break that support coming down off resistance. That's when we can look for those positions. Ideally after a retest of the high. So as you start getting this closure here, right, you want something like this to show you that you're respecting this level, right? You're printing a support and you're respecting this little resistance. You're closing below it. Then you can also get the tap of these highs with a top wick like that. Then this sell becomes really simple, right?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
But for now, not there yet. You're going to need more closures. Maybe a 15, maybe a 30, most likely in the next 30 hourly candle. That girl could have called trades hours ago. It would be over by now, bada boom. Considering letting her just call the trade tomorrow. Talking about my daughter. Yeah. She's good. Kids are good traders. I'd be like, you gonna trade when you grow up? She'd be like, no, that's what you do. You don't want to do what I do? She's like, no, you trade for us. She's like, why would I want to do it? You already know how to do it. I'm like, yeah, that'd be good. Like, you got good group think, good family attitude, right? Everybody learns different skills so we can all do different things. Otherwise, we're all doing the same shit. It's redundant. Good job, girl. Yeah, 1 minute here for this 30. It might respect. I think it will. I don't think so. We'll see. 50 seconds. If we close below the yellow line, I'll call it a set. Hey, gang, by the way, if you really gotten some value out of today, drop a like, sub to the channel. Really good discussion. A few really good breakdowns here. And please share this stream, but don't go anywhere yet. We haven't closed below just yet, right? Look, it's edging. Edging. Yeah, it's prairie dogging. Prairie dogging right now as we speak. Ten seconds here. Okay, delete these buy stops. That partial. Delete that position. And you're gonna see a drop here. Boom. Nice cute drop. Clearly closed below the range. Clearly faked out here. For me to take a sell, we can fake out again to come back up. So for me to take a sell, I'm going to need a range 2 breakout, aka, like I said, I need a support to form here and then a break of that support down. And then we can look to take a trade, ideally with a top wick retesting these highs. If you get stuck, Copilot or Gamma 4 can translate. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for on sells. That's what I'm looking for on buys. As we're pushing down here, there's no buy limits here just yet. Looking at this 15 level. Yeah, there's no buy limits here. This 15 should react. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a session here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Remember, Wednesday sells. So tonight we can see some sells, but tomorrow is Thursday, and we look at the weekly. This was a massive push. We should be retesting some of the lows that we've made this week. Tomorrow should be quite interesting with quite a bit of range for us to deal with. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, gang, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Zoom gang, see you guys on stream mañana. Appreciate you guys showing up. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. If you're new here, please drop a like and sub to the channel. Please show up 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Eastern, actually in the morning around 9 a.m. Until summertime, then we'll go back to 8 a.m. And Signal channel, if you're still trading, stay locked in. Possible positions in the next hour. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up. It's been a great day. 180 pips on the funded, 80 on the live, and all called in the Signal channel. And if you weren't part of it, it was outside of the stream, right? So the private community had access to that. And if you want to have access to that, get the bundle, right? Get the bundle. Anyway, feels like an infomercial every time I say get the bundle. Operators are standing by, and for 3 difficult payments of, or for 1 difficult payment of $97 a month. Anyway, get the bundle and get access to all the signals and the privates. All the privates. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the books. As far as trading, as far as positions here tonight, I told you what you need to wait for. Just wait for it. It will print. It will happen if you're patient enough, right? Don't get ahead of it. Don't assume that something is printing. Wait for it to actually print and then act on that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.